person's gonna just, you know what, stand up here, stab it, please, put your knife in me, the full 3.5 inches in me. Go ahead, no problem. It simply means that the knife didn't go all the way in. That's it. First, there was this, Carmelo Anthony getting sentenced to 35 years. Elon Musk putting out Citizen Vigilante, the banned film in Europe, on Twitter. And then the alleged grooming gang reports in the UK. And finally, Caitlin Clark getting attacked by the opposing team during a game. I guess if this was a race war, we're literally looking at several proxy skirmishes or engagements happening. It's not even a cold war anymore if people are getting attacked for it, because I remember when the verdict came down on the Carmelo Anthony trial, black people started attacking white people. I've seen clips of people attacking random white people, accusing them of being on the Carmelo Anthony jury. So, but the final straw for me was Caitlin Clark, for the simple reason that if you guys have seen the media surrounding the whole thing, if you've seen articles online, the picture is almost always cropped. The picture is cropped, right? Disembodied black powerful hands pressing down on her throat as Caitlin Clark screams in pain or tries to scream in pain. And the thing is, the reason why it was the final straw for me is because if you've seen the entire uncropped picture from beginning to end, you could definitely see Alyssa Thomas smiling as she attacks Caitlin Clark, as she assaults or tries to press down her hands with her whole weight down on Caitlin Clark's throat. And guess what? Guess what? Right? If you've seen the video, if you've seen the other angles of the video on it, after she presses down on Caitlin Clark's throat, she looks back behind her because she was definitely expecting Caitlin Clark's teammate to retaliate because of what she did. You know what surprised me the most? Is that none of her teammates stood up for her. None of her teammates retaliated against Alyssa Thomas. And to me, the whole thing, what the entire league is doing to her is just foul, because they will end up either crippling her or just downright unaliving her if this continues. And you know what's gonna happen? People are gonna act like how they're acting for Carmelo Anthony. They're gonna be celebrating if ever something really bad happens to her. For me, the whole thing began last year. You know what? That she was gaining some traction. She was supposedly going to be the future of the league. And I remember everyone trying to attack her. This is just so wrong. Why are they so jealous? Why are they so angry? Why is there so much hate against her? That that the refs are turning a blind eye, and other players are from the opposing team are attacking her. And guess what? Her own teammates, none of them are standing up for her, except for that one time. This the player they call the black belt Barbie or something. Because I've read somewhere that the WNBA is the supposed refuge for black lesbians, and now they simply couldn't stand the fact that the one propping up the entire league is a straight white girl. And based on what I saw, based on how, the entire media is treating it, the whole thing's just foul, the whole thing is just wrong. And, yeah, well, the whole thing's just so on brand with everything that is going on. You know what's worse, based on what I've seen on that one, is that none of her teammates are standing up for her. It's like they hate her that much. Playing sports back in college, I have had teammates who went on suspension for me. Guess what, right? I had this dude who I had beef with. We had beef with each other. I can't even remember why we didn't like each other. Right? We had beef. But the thing is, during a game, I was trying to get up from the field after a tackle. One dude from the opposing team deliberately stepped on my hand. And that guy who I had a beef with decided to retaliate, literally drop kicked the guy. He almost got suspended over it. Here's the thing, right? I had beef with that guy, but he retaliated for me. He stood up for me, despite the fact that we didn't like each other. Why? We simply wore the same uniform. And I'm just wondering how come none of her teammates do that for her. Why they hate her so much? Well, other than the fact that, they're pointing it out that they simply hate the fact that she's white and she's straight. And they simply couldn't live with that. But anyways, why don't we just, get on with this one? Just full disclosure, as a basketball fan, when this news broke out, I thought, wait, Carmelo Anthony, former Knicks player, former Denver Nuggets, a member of the 2003 NBA draft class, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Kyle Korver, I think was Chris Bosh a member of that batch? I can't remember, but we'll check it out later. But anyways, and I thought he attacked someone, and then it's Carmelo with K, not with a C. So again, you guys, like it if you do, subscribe. Let's see how bad this one gets.
Wake up, maggot! It's time for your annual race war! Oh, you didn't want to be in a race war? Well, too bad. You're in one! Your skin color is your uniform, soldier. Black people...
I don't think it's an annual thing, more like a semi-annual thing. The skin color is our uniform? Alright, just to let everyone know, I guess no one wants to admit it, but we all know whom the Asians will side with if this ever goes down to a race war.
People on this side, white people on this side, Italians... We'll figure it out later. Attention! Which one of you lily lickers mixed the white Monster Energy with the Kool-Aid pineapples? How many times do I have to tell you? No mixing. Now get suited up, soldier. You're heading into your first battle. The comment section of a Nick Fuentes Instagram reel. Godspeed.
Yep, no mixing. Just a bit of a trivia. Did you guys know where the word slave came from? You know what? You can Google that one for yourselves, but you'd be surprised.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of I am your host, Shoe0nHead. You may know me as Timu Boxy, or perhaps the woman who footmogged Hassan Piker. Thank you. Thank you.
One of these days, I have to Google what mog means, because I have been hearing that word. And yeah, I'm just, gonna Google. You know what, because someone please put down a definition on the comments, or so I don't have to Google it. Because I've been hearing that word. What does that mean?
I know a few of you have come here from that last video, so hello, new friends, and old friends, please say hello.
Don't be weird.
To the new friends. Do not scare them away. One of the biggest things that happened when I was gone was the conclusion to the Carmelo Anthony trial. Now, for those of you who are unaware, for those of you who have no idea what has been going on, don't worry about it, kid. No, but what happened was last year during a Texas high school track meet, Carmelo Anthony, a 19-year-old student, and Austin Metcalf, a 17-year-old student, got into a heated dispute after Carmelo entered Austin's tent, which was like a rivalry school's tent. An argument followed, and then
he entered Austin's tent. This guy entered this guy's tent. Excuse me. I was under the impression that it was a locker room brawl. Gone wrong. Right? Because I've seen guys beef in the locker room, throw hands in the locker room, and I was under the impression that they were, I guess, on the same team, and I guess an argument went down, and you know what? It all went bad. That it was like a locker room brawl gone wrong. But no, because I remember when I saw the news, seeing the reaction of black people waiting outside the courtroom or the courthouse, like. Because here's the thing, right? If a fight, here in our little island in the Philippines, if a fight breaks out and one guy takes out a knife and then stabs another guy, it almost always only, results in a homicide, not a murder. And, and the thing is that why, and then I was thinking, is that the reason why they're so angry? Because instead of, a homicide or, manslaughter under their jurisdiction, they bumped it up to murder instead of a manslaughter. Is that why they were so angry? But no, I guess some of the jury, I get it now. I guess some of the jury, were convinced that this guy had some semblance of premeditation as he went to this guy's tent with a knife. Because if you were looking for just a verbal tussle, or just you're going to tell a guy off, you don't need to carry a knife on your person. So the jury must have sensed premeditation. Therefore, murder. I guess that's how the prosecution saw it. It was murder because he went into another team's tent with a knife. Because I thought the reason why they were so angry is that it should have been manslaughter, but no, they bumped it up to murder. All right, I understand now, like what the whole issue is all about. Because I thought that's why they were so angry, that it should have been manslaughter, but no, they tagged him with murder. Okay, I understand. Because I honestly thought that they were in the same locker room, and then they threw hands, and it all went wrong. I was under that impression.
Allegedly, Carmelo said, "Touch me and see what happens," and so Austin shoved him, and Carmelo pulled a knife out, and yeah. Austin then passed away in his brother's arms.
See, in a regular fight, two strangers looking each other up and down, and if he said, "Touch me, see what happens," and then a stabbing, it resulted into a stabbing. That would have been manslaughter easy, but the thing is, this guy went all the way into this guy's tent. Literally enemy territory. So, yeah, and I guess the prosecution saw it too, that's why they filed murder instead of manslaughter.
Court argued that use of force with a knife was completely unjustified, that a single shove did not justify a deadly response. During the trial, jurors listened to witnesses' accounts of the events, reviewed video evidence, and after a few days, the jury found Carmelo Anthony guilty, and he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. And everyone accepted that outcome because they understand how the law works and they respect our justice system.
No, they didn't.
Haha.
Carmelo! Say his name! Carmelo! Say his name! Carmelo!
Whoa.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker. Only good cracker is a...
See, when I saw these clips, I thought maybe that was the reason, that it should have been manslaughter, but no, they bumped it up to murder. That's why they were so angry. No.
I don't have an opinion.
I was wrong. All this rage because another black person was going to jail for murder. Yeah.
I don't have an opinion here.
These kinds of face-to-face, emotion-rising, shouting matches really do no good.
In this video, we are going to discuss the...
Yeah, it does no good because these kind of acts, well, at a certain point, one group of people is just providing or proving a stereotype, a very negative stereotypes.
Insane reactions to the Carmelo Anthony trial, read some tweets, watch some TikToks, as well as debunk a bunch of misinformation because I am just tired of seeing the same ridiculous regurgitated talking.
I wasn't reading into it for the simple reason that, alright, I guess it's just, the story's just beginning, no riots yet, no burning buildings yet, because yeah, I thought it was a locker room brawl gone wrong, and number two, I thought the reason why people are so angry is because it was the charges were bumped up to murder instead of just a manslaughter.
Points. Repeated ad nauseum by hundreds and thousands of people just believing it as gospel, hyping themselves up into a race war. No, I am not kidding.
Yep.
That is how bad it is getting. Growing up, I was always told not to judge people based on their appearance, that it didn't matter what gender you were, what your sexuality was, didn't matter if you were short or...
But they did, and we still do, unfortunately.
Tall or fat or thin. I was always told that skin color was not important, and it's not. But you know what is important? Your skin's health. So, before we get into the video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Henson Shaving. Have you ever wondered what shaving cream is actually doing to your skin? It's fluffy, it's airy, it looks like it's protecting your skin. But the main ingredient in most of these cans is actually propellant. That's what makes it foam up. But the foam is mostly just volume, not function. And the thing that matters when you shave is glide, not volume. There's actually a clinic—
I never knew that! But then again, I've been using expired shaving cream for like the past 2 years or something because I got them for free.
study that measured the skin irritation—
Can't complain with the results.
After shaving, and it showed that regular shaving foam actually causes more irritation than just shaving with water alone. Not just slightly more, measurably more. Aftershave bombs are also doing something similar. You put them on, you get the little cooling tingle, and you're like, that means it's working. Wrong! That tingle is just menthol activating cold receptors in your skin. It doesn't actually reduce inflammation or heal anything. It does nothing. A lot of guys end up treating the feeling of irritation rather than the irritation itself. Shaving is one of the most aggressive things men do to their skin on a daily basis. The blade passes over the same spot multiple times, stripping off the top layer of your skin, and then your skin is exposed and then loses all its moisture. But men just like rinse off and call it a day. So you got a shaving product that's mostly air, an aftershave that's mostly sensation, and a window between that nobody's addressing.
The shaving thing's a bit of an iffy situation down here in the Philippines. Because here's the thing, right? As Filipinos, being of a Southeast Asian descent and everything, most Asians do not have the ability to grow facial hair, right? If you see a Southeast Asian guy, or even in a general Asian guy, from Japan, China, with facial hair, it could only mean that they're of mixed descent. Because growing the whole Caucasian full beard, we don't have that ability. So that's why those who could grow it, you could be assured that they're of mixed descent. But guess what, right? Asians who try to grow beards or goatees or mustaches, it looks like pubic hair got lost on their faces or something. It just looks wrong. That's why I'm clean shaven. Because if you see a Southeast Asian with facial hair that could grow a full beard, it could only mean that he's of mixed descent. But generally, Southeast Asians, Filipinos in general, don't have the ability to grow facial hair. They do. Hair grow on their faces, but you know what? Instead of getting that full beard that Caucasians have, nope, they end up with pubic hair on their faces. Alright? It doesn't look good. It doesn't look cool. It just looks like, they don't own a mirror at home or something. That's what happens when Southeast Asians try to grow beards. It looks like they just don't own a mirror at home. Or you know what? No one loves them enough to say that, you know what, dude? That whole beard thing, that whole goatee thing that you're trying to pull off right now, it's not working.
And that's where Henson's 3-step routine comes into play. Step 1, the cleanser. Clears your skin of debris and softens the hair for a smoother shave, followed by a shaving cream that skips the propellants and reduces the friction between the blade and your skin, the thing shaving cream is supposed to do. And once you're done shaving, their post-shave balm helps hydrate and restore your skin's natural moisture barrier, supporting real recovery, instead of just signaling to your silly brain that, ooh, something soothing is happening. So if you want a shaving routine—
well, I have a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer that my mom got for me, and I use them every night. So I guess we're in good shape.
that actually leaves your skin better off and doesn't just feel like it's doing that, check out Henson's 3-step shaving kit. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/June and use code JUNE at checkout after adding your kit to the cart to get free shipping on your order. I know a lot of men just ignore skincare, and trust me, as someone who is going to be a dermatologist, men think they're not aging until one day they wake up and they're their dad. Take care of your skin. This is a great start, and your skin will thank you for it. Big thanks to Henson for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right? Now, let's get back to the video. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into this, shall we?
Yep.
They found him guilty so fast right before Juneteenth. These folks playing in our faces. Carmelo's only crime was not allowing himself to get beat down by a white man. Carmelo will get out of prison. That boy ain't getting out of the grave. If he kept his hands to himself, he'd still be enjoying his white privilege.
There was an incident here in the Philippines during the pandemic where a police officer got in a tussle with his neighbors, and what he did was he unloaded his entire pistol into the victims' families. Like, 3 to 4 people got unalived. And I remember it started off with a verbal disagreement where the cop's daughter said, "My dad is," screamed, she screamed, "My dad is a policeman." And the neighbor, I remember there was this K-pop song, "I don't care." The neighbor decided to taunt her with that song, "I don't care." And the police officer responded by taking out his pistol and unloading it on, well, the entire family. And the person who said, "I don't care." What made it worse is that a high-ranking police official actually put out something similar like this. He said that this is what happens when you don't provide respect or give respect to other people. And a lot of the people beat them down for it, and thankfully beat them down for it. Because the implication is that if you get disrespected, it gives you a green light to unalive people, which is just wrong. That's why that high-ranking police official got fired.
Today, white people are not victims of racism. You can't be a victim of a system you created. Hey, 23-year-old white guy who can't find a
like I said earlier, you guys, if you guys are wondering where the word slave came from, you guys should Google it. It's a bit of a thing, like the etymology of the word slave.
job and still lives with your parents. Did you know you created the entire system we're in right now,
Yeah,
and therefore
no.
it's totally acceptable to hate you and be racist towards you? This is the same stupid shit they say to men, like, oh, you created the patriarchy. Like, who the f are you talking about? Joe Schmo working at Chipotle didn't create shit. The system isn't benefiting white people at all. It's not benefiting anyone except the rich and powerful. The racism equals prejudice plus power bullshit really one-shotted these people, huh? Only a black child can be minding their business.
You know what? In her defense, I guess, I was under the impression it was a locker room brawl gone wrong. But this is just wrong. Right? Minding his own business? No. He went into another team's locker room. He went into another team's tent. That's not minding your own business. I guess, I don't know, they don't have a definition or something.
Get ambushed, bullied, and pushed around and become
Ambushed
the
and
aggressor for
bullied.
protecting himself. But he was quite literally not minding his own business.
Uh-huh.
He was in a rival's team tent and was asked to leave like a dozen times. Witnesses say he started escalating it into a fight and then stabbed someone in the fucking heart. That's not minding your business. Why did they hire that horrible lawyer? Had to be the worst defense in history. Absolutely no reason Carmelo shouldn't have testified. We gotta do better with who we hire to represent us. Plenty of black lawyers in Texas. His family raised like $1 million on GoFundMe and then blew it all on a new house and a fucking Cadillac. So then they had to get a public defender.
Didn't the BLM founders, they get like indicted for like spending millions of dollars on new houses or something? That baby was sentenced to 35 years? He was a full-grown man.
Baby was sentenced to 35 years? I love the community note. That murderer was sentenced to 35 years. Black people, please carry more than a pocket knife. Get their asses before they can get you. What the hell do you mean, get their asses before they can get you? That's literally what Carmelo did. He got Austin's ass. He killed him. Why the f are they acting like Carmelo was—
Like, just the word Kill is so bad. Like, it gets beeped like every like 5 minutes or something. Like, I just noticed that right now. That even the word KILL, that's why I'm using the word unalive. It's just we can't even use it now.
the one who died? 35 years on your first offense is over sentencing. Yeah, there has to be a retrial. This is blatant injustice. First offense. And the offense
Or, no one's walking away clean from a dead body.
in question is murder. Your Honor, it was only his first murder. 35 years ago, killing
I remember there was this clip of him carrying a video cam. It's like he was crying, or he was trying to gain sympathy by running out of that tent and crying that he was touched or something. They put their hands on him or something. That's why he unalived the guy.
a Nazi got you a Purple Heart, but now that a German American is president,
No, it didn't get you a Purple Heart. You will get Purple Heart through grievous injury or grievous wounds.
it gets you a life sentence. All white people deserve no mercy. Now Austin Metcalf, a 17-year-old, is
All white people deserve no mercy. Yeah, we all know who the Asians are siding with if this thing ever goes down. Nope.
a Nazi because he was white. Also, 35 years ago. Does this dude think World War II was in 1991? Black Americans, arm yourselves.
Yes, it was.
This country is officially a terrorist state of white supremacists. You have no reason to abide by or follow any more laws.
Why did they like crop out his name or something? Just they didn't have to like red out or black out the name. Here is the thing, right? Speaking of the law, the moment you post something online, you forfeit the right to privacy. Right? You putting your name out there, putting something like this out there on Twitter, you forfeit your right to privacy on that particular matter. So I don't understand why they bother blacking out these names.
Laws in this country.
Well, in this case, reading out the name and the profile pic.
Law enforcement and these politicians are all terrorists. Let it all fall. Time for judgment. Just as I suspected. Schizophrenia. I recommend logging the f*** off. Do these people just live in a completely different reality? A guy gets put in prison for murder, and they're like, wow, what's the point of even following the law anymore? Having a black son gotta be the tops of fears. I'm going insane.
Tops of fears? A black son in prison, white son in grave. What?
It was the white son that was murdered. Why are they acting like the black son was murdered? Why are you scared of having a black son in this context? Oh, I'm so scared my son will stab someone and go to jail one day. Like, what? What? It's only self-defense when a black kid dies. Literally, multiple witnesses, including black witnesses, including Carmelo's own friends, said that Carmelo was the aggressor in the situation. Also, just in general, murder is not the acceptable punishment for a shove, for a push. That's not how that works. 50,000 likes on that bullshit, by the way.
That's why I had that story about that, high-ranking police official. Like, after another police officer decided to gun down an entire family, that, he pointed out that, this is why you should, be respectful to other people. Why? If you're not respectful, does that mean you deserve to get unalived? If you're not respectful to another person and that person has the right to unalive you, I mean, that's just it.
50,000 people saw that and were like, hell yeah. Black kids are the only kids who can't afford to make mistakes without dire consequences. Your Honor, it was a mistake. Based
on the face, on the profile pic alone, nope. Yeah, you'd expect a statement like that from that kind of face and with that kind of style.
My client did a little oopsie poopsie, a little fucky wucky ooh woo, if you will. Black people are held to a higher standard than every other race. We are expected to be perfect, while others are given grace, excuses.
I wonder who told her that. I wonder where she got that idea.
And hey, stop. Just a reminder that this is all in context of the Carmelo Anthony situation. So the held to a higher standard, in this case, the higher standard of do not stab people. I'm sorry, okay, go on. One mistake by a
even the word stabbing? Really?
black person gets used to judge an entire community. Oops, I fell and my knife accidentally stabbed your heart.
Austin fell onto Carmelo's knife trying to attack him because the knife is 3.5 inches. The cut was only 2.
I'm crashing out.
What the hell? Did you guys, like, the way he put his hand on his chin, like he just provided some sort of, like, new evidence or new information. Like, he was the only one who came up with that thought. It could only mean that the knife simply didn't fully penetrate the victim's chest or the victim's body. 3.5 inches, it means it only went 2 inches deep because it didn't go far enough. It's not like a person's gonna just, stand up here, stab it, please, put your knife in me, the full 3.5 inches in me. Go ahead, no problem. It simply means that the knife didn't go all the way in, that's it. And the way he put his hands on his chin, like, as if he was, as if he discovered the cure for cancer or something. Like, what the hell? I'm sorry, that was just stupid.
I'm crashing the f*** out. Please let the next one be somewhat rational. Y'all gentlemen are so f***ing dumb. Y'all really thought that he was gonna get away with stabbing that kid to death. I can tell a lot of you were raised by hoes. Finally, a normal, sane person. A strong black father tells you early that you can't get away with the same shit whites do. Oh, goddammit, had me in the first half. When do white people get away with stabbing? What is this? Where do these people live? Earth 2? Culture. When you get called for jury duty, do that shit.
No.
Make sure you do your part in serving justice. Every black defendant in every court everywhere is Carmelo Anthony. every black defendant in every court everywhere is Carmelo.
No, they're not. Not everyone's, going around unaliving people with a knife. They're not.
Anthony. Every black
Because some of them are actually, innocent. Unlike Carmelo.
Every black defendant in every court case everywhere is a murderer? Are you sure that's what you want to go with? I love how he's basically like, go do jury duty so you can go blindly support any black person regardless of what they did. What the Like, I don't support every white person. Some of you are dumb. What's wild is this wasn't even like a cop kills black guy thing where like there might be some debate about like police brutality and over policing and things like that. No, this was just straight up a black kid stabbed a white kid. And they're losing their minds because he's going to prison over it. Fascinating.
Carmelo Anthony had been white, not
It's Colonel Sanders. I wonder whose side he's on.
only would he have not been convicted, there'd have never been charges. The only reason Carmelo
It doesn't work that way.
Anthony was convicted was because we are a broken, fucking bigoted country, and Carmelo Anthony was black.
It's Colonel Sanders sitting behind in what we could only assume as his plantation or something. I mean, it's good that he did the whole 180, but come on.
Wow, thanks for the input, gay Colonel Sanders. I fucking hate the Yellowstone hicklib bit. Oh, I'm a big tough country cowboy. Y'all better not say them slurs around here. Yeehaw! Wow, just freaking wow. Disgusting. This is not justice. This is trying to make an example. Dear white people, don't let this verdict fool you. You'll still get fucked up playing them Austin games. Don't let this verdict of a guy who stabbed someone fool you. You're still gonna get stabbed. What? Strong suspicion that a lot of pro-Carmelo stuff I see here is some psyop. Bro. This is what I tried to tell myself for like 6 years about the online left. It's all a CIA psyop from the billionaires to make leftism look as unappealing as possible to the working class. Bro. Of course an all-white jury found a black boy guilty for defending himself. Fuck you racist white pieces of
No. He literally went out there looking for trouble. Armed with a knife.
shit. Fuck you racist white pieces of shit. That sounds extremely racist. Black people can't be racist, stupid hoe. It was not an all-
It was the same girl who said that that black people are held to a higher standard. And now she's saying black people can't be racist. Who gave her that idea? Who gave her these ideas? There was this issue like, a couple of weeks back that, there was this college graduation scene where they took the diploma back from a white girl. And well, now the whole issues come to light that, these black-centered colleges are simply churning out students that can't hear, that, have very low reading comprehension skills, or can't reading with poor, are churning out students with poor reading skills. So, interesting.
all white jury. There were Asian people, there were Hispanic people, and the black people they did ask to do jury duty in this case turned it down because they admitted they would be too biased. Like, they literally said they would just vote not guilty because Carmelo is black. On one hand, I appreciate the honesty. On the other hand, what the f***?
If they say, can you be fair? Don't say, no, I'm not finna put a black man in jail. Don't say that. Don't say, I hate white people and I don't care what he did. Don't do that. That's what people were doing in this case. Okay. And then everybody's like in an uproar because there's no black people on the jury, when damn near half of the black people who could have been on the jury can't.
Honestly, don't think they can pull it off. Why? Too much hate. Alright? Too proud, too much hate. And, well, frankly, I don't think they have the mental capacity to, just lie outright. Ego's going to take over. Yet, whoever's gonna try and attempt this won't be able to hold back, for the simple reason that, trying to follow an advice like this is simply too stupid. Or anyone who would try to follow advice like this is simply too stupid or too dumb to pull it off. Because ego's going to take over.
Cancel themselves out. Yeah. Don't do that. Y'all be regular.
Overruled.
Just be regular.
Oh, God.
That's right. Get in there and lie to the courts.
Just be regular. Question is, what is regular and under their circumstances?
You can free a person because he murdered a white guy.
Yep.
Incredible stuff! Also, I like how they said, just be regular. Just be regular. Just get on the jury so you can free the murderer. Then return to acting irregular. This case is really affecting me. Making me want to go to law school and fight for my—
Oh, yeah, you don't have it, honey. You don't have it. Sorry. But with an attitude like this, and it being unable to accept and comprehend the facts like this, I don't think you've got it, honey.
my people. I'm sorry. I'm confused. Your people being murderers? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Murderers? Your people being murderers? Also, if by some miracle—
I mean, they did the study that criminals aren't exactly the smartest of people. They did the study like way back in the early 2Ks. About, drug dealers. It's like, with regards to earnings, your street level drug dealers is basically the equivalent of a minimum wage earner. So, not really that smart. Because compared to the minimum wage earner, there's no danger of going to prison by being gainfully employed and earning minimum wage, whereas selling drugs on the streets would get your ass sent to prison. So, criminals aren't exactly the smartest people, walking around. Or at least, those who try to protect criminals, I guess they're part of the same group now.
you happen to get into law school, you'll be disappointed to find out that intentionally stabbing someone and killing them is in fact murder, regardless of what your skin color.
Yeah, I doubt you have it, honey, of getting through the bar that, after you learned that, you need to comprehend and actually apply the facts of one particular case based on the law. You're gonna definitely be disappointed.
And there were some people coming at me like, oh, I bet you'll defend Chud the Builder. And like, first of all, who the f*** is Chud the Builder? This is how I know I'm getting old. They keep...
I've been called Chud? I mean, what is that? What does that mean anyway?
Making these random fucking streamers in a vat overnight and then like releasing them. Did you hear about PP Boy 57? Like, no, I didn't. I don't know who that is. If Chud the Builder killed someone, or in this case, attempted to...
They deserve to go to prison. Anyone who unalives anyone with a knife or a gun deserves to go to prison.
Kill someone, then he should face consequences for that. Yes. Okay, your turn. Should Carmelo Anthony face consequences? No?
Yes.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes.
Looks like only one of us is the hypocrite here. See, I'm not like you. I have a functioning brain and an IQ of probably maybe over 100. I can look at things on a case-by-case basis and not blindly support or attack something like a mindless drone. Let's go see what they're saying over on Blue Sky, shall we? Fellow white people. Never mind. I'm done again. Bye. Stay out of black people's mentions about Carmelo Anthony. We are the reason not one black juror was seated. We are the reason that an appeal filed on those grounds will surely fail. We are the reason Jim Crow is once again law of the land. Oh my god! What has this country come to when a man can't freely murder another man in cold blood and get away with it? Literally Jim Crow! Yeah, white people cannot be trusted after this trial with Carmelo Anthony. Honestly, that 35-year sentence coming down on the teenager Carmelo Anthony felt like a proxy for a lynching.
Nope. A lot of people would disagree on this one. Especially those that got lynched.
Carmelo Anthony defended himself against two white supremacists. Now that black people stand...
You could see it on the flag. White fragility is taking over. They simply can't handle it.
Up for themselves, white fragility is taking over. They simply can't handle it. He saved himself from being lynched, and now he has to spend decades in prison. F***ing racist country. Huh? He was
saved? What? He literally went into the other guy's dent.
Being lynched? Yes. Do these people live in the Netflix adaptation version of reality or something? What is going on? Stabby, jail. No stabby, no jail. The only reason Carmelo was convicted is because he was black. If this was a white boy, there would never be charges files. I decree that the people who was involved with this case will begin to reap the unjust decision upon their own head to 1,000 generation. All you bigoted racist people. An all-white jury. Of course Carmelo Anthony would be convicted. Not an all-white jury. Yes, an all-white jury. Stop trying to make excuses for racism. No, not an all-white jury. Who are they trying to convince?
What?
Other people or themselves? Anyone defending Carmelo Anthony knows that they're not defending him in good faith. Carmelo is obviously guilty of a murder that he intentionally instigated. Defending murders like this only hurts the black community.
There we
need
go.
to hold ourselves
There we
accountable
go.
and hold
Finally.
ourselves to a higher standard. Oh my god, a normal person on Blue Sky. Bro, what are you doing? Get out of there. Go, run. An all-white jury in Texas convicted Carmelo Anthony of murder. Proof that the US never ended the practice.
Am I a normal person? I have a Blue Sky account. I remember making Blue Sky because I was told that it was like, the better Twitter, because I remember I was so tired of Twitter because there were these so many spam accounts following me for some reason. Like, why? Like, and I was just so tired of blocking all these spam accounts that, I decided to make a Blue Sky account. But, I guess this is it.
Of lynching. They let the courts do it instead.
All I know is the spam followers stopped when Elon took over Twitter. So, yeah.
You don't have to support what Carmelo Anthony did to recognize the problem with sentencing a child to spend 35 years in prison based off.
Yeah, you could definitely see based on the picture alone, why he'd come up with something like this.
The deliberations of an all-white jury. Said it again, award! Said it again, award! All-white jury! All-white jury! It's time to play Horseshoe Theory! Contestant number 1. Here is the tweet. Stop sending your kids to these race schools.
Oh, stop sending your kids to
Today's race schools, like the one where where people can, they barely teach people how to read.
these black schools. Definitely a white supremacist.
Oh, I'm sorry. The tweet is stop sending your kids to these white schools. And it came from the account Dapper Domo, who is black. You know what that means?
You're racist.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Into the pit! Stop bringing non-black people into black spaces. Teach your kids to defend themselves
What are these black spaces? Anyways, it was another team stand.
by any means possible. Keep your black kids in black spaces as much as possible. Keep your black children away from these devils.
Segregation. They're doing segregation now. Again.
If we had segregation still,
There we go! Oh my god, called it!
he wouldn't have had no interactions with any white boy because we would have been in an all-black school.
We are going to reverse engineer segregation, aren't we?
Where? The all-black school where they barely teach people how to read? Where they twerk after graduation? What?
But wokely. We don't want those evil white people drinking out of the same water fountain as us, am I right? Honestly, my honest, real opinion about this, my hot take of the video, everybody, here it comes. Lukewarm, microwave, 4-day-old mac and cheese take, here it comes. If they want to go make their own, like, all-black schools, all-black towns, they should be allowed to. Go for it. Black people want to go create Wakanda? They should be able to, but white people should be allowed to create Agartha. If people want to willingly segregate themselves, they should be allowed to go ahead and do that. Deadass, who cares? Everyone else can live in a desegregated society. They can go have their ethnostates. But there is only one side that will not be able to do that. I always wondered though, let's say they do make a white ethnostate. What counts as white? Because 100 years ago, I would not have counted as white. I'm Ellis Island mystery meat, you know this. Is there like a one drop rule? Do they like whip out the eye chart at the gate and they're like, ah yes, A10s, you may enter. Is Brittany Venti allowed in the white ethnostate? Honestly, she's like an honorary Aryan at this point. She white mogs me. Anyway, we are getting distracted. Where were we?
Mogs? What? Again, mogging! What does that mean?
Hell. We were in hell. I'm black. I haven't stabbed anyone in the chest after being asked to leave a tent. I'm not in prison. I'm free. It's not hard
Oh my god, finally!
to not commit a crime. Listen, I appreciate the sentiment here, but how did we get to a point where this is like a...
Where that's the actual normal sentiment. I like this one, by the way.
breath of fresh air. Let's check the replies. Hopefully people are agreeing. Shut your hoe ass up. Emmett Till didn't commit a crime either. What happened to him? You're not black. You're not black. You're a Boy, you ain't black. You may be
Alright, of course, they're going to ostracize him by actually being normal.
black, but you ain't black. Yes, because being black is supporting all
Is condoning murder.
black people everywhere, regardless of what they have done. All the normal black people are just called like pick-me's. They're called pick-me's for having a brain and not going along
Pick me blacks, or, you know, quote unquote, one of the good ones.
with this race grievance bullshit. Every time like they speak out about this, they're just called the C word, you know what I mean? The term for this animal. Is that a slur? Like, I know what that's like to a degree. Granted, it's over me making fun of like women on TikTok, but like I know what
House N-words. I believe that's how they're described. House N-words.
it's like watching people in your community act like fucking morons. I feel you, my brothers. Oh my god, editor. Edit that out, edit that out. By the way, if you want an uncensored, uncucked version of this video and all the videos a day early, sign up to be a member on my
Definitely not on
Patreon. Link
YouTube.
down below. All
You know
Patreon
where
members
to
get
go,
the
you
uncensored,
guys.
uncucked version. You can hear me say fucking shit and and Anyway, let's get back to the video. Oh my god.
This is a racist ass country. We're in a racist ass state. This is a racist ass court. There ain't nothing else to talk about.
First of all, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was staring at her titties the whole time. Those are giant titties. Just left the courthouse, and any white person can get it for real. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Dig Austin Metcalf up and stab his ass again. Apparently, a bunch of people on TikTok are doing the Austin Bop, where they dance to a song made about Austin Metcalf's murder while reenacting the stabbing.
Austin Bop, knife had blood on the tip when he dropped. How the fuck you gonna stop me? Going out back Marlo out the box.
They were also making AI photos of themselves pissing on Austin's grave. You know, I was always told
I've seen
not
that.
to judge
I've seen that one. But come on.
people by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Yeah, I doubt Dr. King would agree with any of this.
And boy, am I judging these people by the content of their character. What the f***? These people are freaks. Martin Luther King Jr. would be rolling in his grave looking at all this. Carmelo Anthony, a black teenager, has been sentenced to 35 years in prison after being convicted by a jury with no black jurors. Oh,
Of
God,
course, it's
here
a
we go again.
politician.
No black jurors. Who is this moron? Who is this idiot? Oh! Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter.
There we
Wonderful,
go.
awesome.
My God.
I'm done. I'm done. It's been a good 12 years.
Yeah.
But I'm done. Channel's done. Video's over. This officially broke me. I'm done. Go watch Moist Critical. Go watch Asmongold. I'm done.
If this is the last one, I think we're good.
And right off the bat, man, free Carmelo. Straight up. I don't give a fuck about no white lies. F that
Of course, it's white lies.
cracker. We smoking on that Austin Pat. I don't care
I have never seen an ugly black person until I saw this guy.
anymore because it ain't no good in this shit. It ain't nothing good that's in this shit. But they
you know, we're not supposed to judge based on appearance, but deep down inside, I am judging this guy's appearance. What the hell?
they trying to lay the law down. All that shit. Y'all gotta give it up. Y'all gotta give it up.
Like, I don't care anymore because it ain't no good in that shit. It ain't nothing good
What?
that's in this shit. But they
I'm sorry, I was just too busy judging his appearance.
they try to lay the law down up that shit. Y'all gotta give it up. Y'all gotta give it up.
What?
Beautifully said. Thank you, sir.
There isn't a black American on earth that is surprised by what just happened to Carmelo Anthony. Not one black face in that jury box, not one peer, not one person who has ever navigated this country in
No, judged by a jury of his peers thing came from the British Magna Carta. It wasn't provided in the American Constitution against King. It was the thing against King John, who was the sole judge, jury, and executioner.
melanated skin. And if you think that doesn't matter, then you haven't been paying attention to the last 400 years of American history because you don't want to. This is not new. This is the system working exactly as it was designed.
First of all, the Black Panther LARP is cringe. It's gotta go. This isn't.
Really? That was a LARP? I didn't even know it was a LARP. But I guess they're welcome to try to do the whole Black Panther thing again.
The 1960s, you aren't protesting segregation, you're making a fucking TikTok video, okay? Second of all, this is the system working exactly how it was designed. Yeah, I'd hope. When you kill someone...
As intended, because for the past 100 years, the judge had the sole authority to hang any young man he simply did not like. Extra points for those who could write down the reference in the comments.
When you go to jail, like...
The system works, everyone. The system works.
Am I missing something? It was actually a refreshing change that the system was working for once.
Yep.
I'm tired of waking up to headlines like, man who raped corpse on subway gets 5 years in jail. Like, I'm not kidding, that was like a real headline I saw the other day.
I'ma say it since nobody else can say it. Austin. Glad your ass dead. Austin,
Why?
fuck his family, and I hope they get this message to have a up day in here, Austin. I hope you over there burning up.
Yeah, if Austin's in hell, guess where Carmelo's going?
I'm so proud of y'all for kicking that white boy. See, they not used to this happening to them, y'all.
So much hate.
My only problem is it should happen more.
So much hate.
Can we please pick a day where we just them white people up? Matter of fact, I wish I knew where the little white boy grave was so I can go spit on that bitch.
How the f*** are any of these videos still up? There were so many of these videos. Are these people like CIA psyops? I'm doing it again.
There is that probability that, you know, someone's encouraging this abysmal behavior.
Oh. This got so bad that people were actually going out and assaulting white people
There we
to
go.
get...
I've seen clips of people, black people, assaulting random white people, accusing them of being part of the jury.
Revenge. Obviously, I can't show these videos,
but
there were multiple incidences of this. These people live in a delusional, alternate reality, and they're becoming radicalized to take revenge for shit that isn't even f***ing happening. But like every other f***ing week, I have to read another stupid New York Times article about how like 20-year-old white boys are being radicalized into the alt-right because they watch Jordan Peterson or some shit. Like, you. And like people have been so brainwashed to believe that they're racist because they post like edgy memes. No, you're not f***ing racist with your 4chan memes. These people are racists. You're like a level 1, maybe level 2 racist.
Yeah.
These are like level 9
So I guess level 10's the ceiling.
Racists. You have no idea what racism is. I've seen your friend groups. Racist friend groups do not care what race you are as long as you are also racist. These people are significantly more racist than you will ever be. Hell, even the KKK, level 10 racists, wore hoods to conceal their identity. These people are out here posting this shit. Full government name and face.
I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more.
I deadass gotta look at my sweet innocent son.
Raise them right, and, you know, not to unalive people with knives.
On one day and explain to him that people hate us simply because we were born black. What am I supposed to tell my son? I don't f***ing know. Not to kill people? Like, okay, sorry. I don't know what it's like to be black, okay? I don't know, maybe it's a completely different experience that I will never understand. But in this case, nobody is hating Carmelo because he is black. They are hating Carmelo because he killed someone. I basically said this on Twitter and some liberal account was like, remember when Shoe was a leftist? Ah yes, the famous leftist policy, being pro-murder. I remember back when Shoe0nHead was pro-murder. Silly me, how could I fall so far? Leftism isn't about wealth inequality or workers' rights, no, it's about letting black people stab white people, clearly. To be completely honest, I have seen what being a good leftist is to you people, and with all due respect, you fucking no thank you.
We also know now that yes, Carmelo Anthony may have had a tool in his backpack that no, he shouldn't have brought it to a track meet, but it was there. It had a 3.5-inch blade. But also in that backpack, he had snacks. He had school puzzles.
Oh, that makes the knife alright! So if you bring a gun to school, as long as you have snacks and school puzzles, whatever, it should be fine then?
And he had a cross.
Your Honor, yes, the defendant may have...
The cross made it worse.
...had a knife.
Because, you know what the Bible said? You know, the guy on the cross, well, you know what they said? You know, he used lightning and thunder to carve that stone. down the side of a mountain. It said, "Thou shall not unalive." I can't even use the whole biblical thing because she's been bleeping out the word Kill. Thou shall not Kill. Thou shall not unalive. Having a cross in his bag with a 3-inch knife simply made it worse.
But he also had Cool Ranch Doritos. I rest my case. Real lawyer, by the way. That woman is a real lawyer. There were thousands and thousands of videos and tweets just like this.
Yeah.
You probably get the point. These weren't just like...
And that's the best defense they could come up with. Because that's the only defense. You can't defend murder. But the only thing you can do is to basically ensure that he goes under due process. And the thing is, you can't defend a circumstance like that. And the only thing you can do is to make sure that the due process of securing the evidence and obtaining an actual jury and obtaining an actual trial is the only thing you can do for something like this. You can do whatever you want. You can provide strategies, call it self-defense or whatsoever. But guess what? The reason they didn't go for that is because the guy was guilty, and the only thing they could do was to ensure due process.
Cherry picked. They were everywhere. But it wasn't just Twitter nobodies and blue sky nobodies. There was also sitting Congress people saying this insane shit.
Black women live in fear.
I hate that. Like as if they're saying something good or they're saying something correct. No, doing this, clapping like that, it doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't make you right. Doing this doesn't help you prove a point. Doing this is simply annoying.
Agony every single day. A fear and agony that I promise you.
Well, if your kid is carrying a knife around, you should be in agony.
Have probably never spent a day living that way.
Yes, someone's teenage son was murdered, but please keep in mind the real victims here. Black women.
I don't know what he had.
It was like it seemed like it was a multi-tool, almost like a Swiss Army.
Like with the
a 3-inch multi-tool. Do you know? Because I carry multi-tools. And really, 3.5 inches? No.
Little scissors and everything and whatever.
Little scissors and anything. My lord. I mean, no wonder those type of people voted for her.
So it was small.
Your Honor, the knife my client used to kill the man was small. What? By the way, I've not seen a single Democrat politician come out and disavow this idiot. So until then, I'm just going to assume they all agree. What's funny is they can't come out and disavow it because they'll
That's actually a fair assumption.
All be attacked and called racist, and they know it. This was a viral Substack written by a university professor. Are you ready for this? Dear Jeff Metcalf, your son is dead because you failed to teach him that black boys have
And that's Dr. Stacy Patton. All right.
Boundaries. Yesterday evening, Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, used his victim impact statement to address Carmelo Anthony directly after he was sentenced to 35 years after the court treated his act of survival as murder. The elder Metcalf reportedly described Austin as a boy, twin, son, leader, true warrior. He remembered him as a baby grabbing his finger. He talked about teaching him to fish, watching him take his first buck, and seeing him grow up too fast. He spoke of a scholarship created in Austin's memory, and said his family has been robbed. And right there, his own words, Jeff Metcalf told on himself. In your own memorial language, you told us about the kind of white boyhood Austin was raised in.
And now she's blaming the father for teaching his son traditional masculinity. In other words, that's what she's saying. You should have raised your son to be, I don't know, gay or something. You should have raised him to be feminine or something.
Inside. It was a boyhood steeped in conquest language, hunting rituals, warrior fantasies, masculine toughness, and the romance of force. You told us about a child praised for not just being kind, curious, gentle, or careful, but for becoming a leader.
You should have raised him to be gay or something. You should have raised him to be a girl. That's exactly what she's saying.
In a racist culture where those words too often mean dominance. This psycho saw a grieving father describe his son as a leader and a warrior and freak the fuck out because his son is white and therefore that's like white supremacy or some shit. In their world, white people are like only allowed to hate themselves, right? That's why libs are often the way that they are, just like absolute cucks, just like rolling over and showing their bellies.
You know what? That's right. Absolute cucks.
White people can't dance. White people.
I like that, showing their belly to show subservience.
like, they don't season their food. Because being anything other than that gets you treated like this. Reminder that this is a professor in a college teaching students right now.
Is it one of those black colleges?
And you wonder why people are the way that they are. I swear we had it made in the 90s.
Yep.
I swear that was like peak normalcy. Do you feel that way? Maybe I'm just like a stupid millennial like nostalgia because I was a child back then and didn't know. I don't know. I kind of feel like race relations were better back then because it was all like, oh, we don't.
We were children. We were insulated from stupidity like this, for the lack of the internet.
See color, and then they flipped it and they were like, actually, if you don't see color, you're racist. You have to acknowledge your white privilege and you're a colonizer. Like, what the I feel like
there it is.
My worldview's just been shattered. Like, what do
you don't see, in other words, if you treat everyone equally, like hold everyone accountable and responsible, that makes you racist.
mean? What do you mean we can't just all be in a circle and sing Kumbaya? What is this? Like, I was always taught from my parents, from my teachers, like, we shouldn't judge people on their skin color, blah, 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 blah. And like, were these people just not taught that? Were they not taught that? I feel like they were just taught from a young age, like, white people bad, like, it was just hammered into their fucking heads. And like, honestly, like, white people get told that in like university. Like, they go to college and they get told, white people bad, white people bad. It's really upsetting that a family had to bury their child, and it's all being overshadowed by insane people trying to make it about race. In a normal world, it wouldn't be about race, but we don't live in a normal world. I would like to believe a majority of people don't believe in some like civil war, race war thing and still believe in the Kumbaya bullshit. Like, I just want to be like, okay, this is just a minority of crazy people on the internet. At least that's what I tell myself.
We all need to sleep at night. These little lies that we tell ourselves.
So that was that video. Hopefully you got some enjoyment out of my brain breaking. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you can, donate to my Patreon, link down below. We have started doing Patreon-only live streams. The last one was a lot of fun, so I would love to see you there at the next one. And I will see you guys soon with a new video.
Subscribe!